Vamos a hablar del mejor deporte del mundo.
We're gonna call that the Hideki effect.
Gotta roast you out right quick before I let you go.
A cada puerco le llega esa noche buena. Este es mi examen que no se está comiendo. Amores que matan. Can.
Shady, say the least.
Lo que le dieron fue una falsa. Yo espero que estés preparado para eso.
Playoffs? We talking about playoffs? Yeah, we talk about playoffs.
Call Sport Podcast. Call Sport Podcast.
Yo, buckle up, because it's about to get interesting now.
Yo me la vivo, a mí no me importa lo que diga la gente. Esa es la reencarnación de Kobe. A correr los tres.
A lot of pressure.
El equipo voló en canto. El tipo es una bestia, el tipo es un animal.
Sense of pride there.
Como el cuco, no lo menciona ahí cuando aparece.
Max, you represent more than yourself.
Los números están.
Whenever you see this glove, you already know what's the deal.
Claro que sí.
Sé que me escraché.
Vaya a hacer otro programa.
I'm gonna give you an etiquette, and then I'm gonna give you a rule.
Usted está mejorando gracias a eso. ¿Quién era ese chamaco antes que lo subiera?
Andando, papi, en las costillas hoy.
Está ahí de Carlito está, pero yo quiero.
War number one, I don't know what to do with him.
A otro nivel.
Call Sport Podcast. Call Sport
La
Podcast.
versatilidad de Wicon Sport, mi gente.
Está luciendo efectivo.
Setting a statement that yes, he is still dominating.
No va a perder contra él.
Tengo un mensaje VIP.
Going for live to win it.
Pasito extra que te dan.
Ese pillo le robó el título.
Nolo boy, hashtag Red Cup.
Bienvenido a De la Mano con G.I.
Pues
Eso fue lo que le dieron, papi, que eso.
Cambiaste la historia de la MLB.
Ajax le va a quitar el título a Bailey.
Already playing together.
El Evangelion tiene una diferencia solamente de 18.
Hoy va a recibir por el campeonato para Semeres.
Two things can happen.
El público se va a ir triste.
Tune in and we're gonna hold you accountable for those 3 picks.
Así que tienen que apretar.
Call Sport Podcast.
Thank you for joining. My name is Nolo Boy, founder of We Call Sport Podcast, which our goal is to analyze each sport and share our personal opinions. But before we start, here you have a QR code where you can subscribe to our different programs. Currently, we have 5 programs, 2 on English, 3 on Spanish. Don't worry, we're bilingual. If you want to join a Spanish program, we adjust to you, okay? So on Mondays, in English, we call golf. I'll be joining Miguel to discuss the latest on the world of golf. On Tuesday, in Spanish, we call Sport Puerto Rico. Jay Salas will talk about sports in the island of Puerto Rico. On Wednesdays, in English, we call football. I'll be joining Hush X or special guests to bring you a week-by-week matchups until we get to the Super Bowl. On Thursday, in Spanish, the main cast, We Call Sport Podcast, I will be joining G.I. Josh and Jandy to talk about MLB, NBA, and boxing. On Saturday, in Spanish, We Call Wrestling, the team of G.I. Josh, DJ, Jay Salas, and Hush X will bring you the latest and greatest on the world of wrestling. Hit like and share, and remember, we don't talk about it, we be about it. Let's go. We don't talk about it, we be about it. Let's go. You already know what's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I got a full house today, baby boys. I got a full house today. Claps to everybody. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being here with us today.
Wow.
We have a lot going on today. We got a lot. We got a lot. One game, but it just brings.
I just like.
So once again,
I just like the merch. I just like the merchandise, Nolo. Look at everybody. Wow.
The merch is here, ladies
Where
and
is
gentlemen.
this coming from? Wow.
We looking fly.
Holy moly.
Once again, your boy, Nolo Boy, hashtag Red Cup. You already know. Don't worry about what is inside. This is not for use for me. Concerning what we got to say about the Superbowl and all that. That's not your responsibility. It's not up to you. By the way, I'm in the house, so I'm not going to drive. No DUIs, guys. Stay away from that. Anyway, you already know. We don't talk about
Be
it.
Safe. Be safe out there. Be safe.
We don't talk about it. We be about it. I'm here with full cast today. I got to my right. I got Miguel. My right, your left, I guess. Miguel. And then my left, you guys right. I got Hush. So let me start with Miguel. Miguel, how you doing, man? How you doing on today, man?
Yo, good to be alive. Listen, I'm on, from golf to football. I had to get into the last one. At least just some preparation for next year. I'm coming in hot. But besides that, I'm heartbroken. Obviously, when we talk about this sport, that's why I didn't want to do it with you, because I go up and down, and you know what I'm saying. So, my Bills, shout out to them. You did a great job, boys. You did a great job, boys. You did a great job. But we're here to talk about football. So let's get right into it. I'm alive. I say this a lot. Hush says it on his program. Tomorrow is not promised. Obviously, being right here, right now, today, we're breathing. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Hush, how you doing, man? How you doing today, man? What's going on, man?
I am ecstatic. I am happy. The frauds were defrauded.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
I am happy. I it's almost as good as my Detroit Lions would have done it. Obviously, they couldn't do it because they had to
deal with the rook.
Yeah, they had to deal with that boss called Jaden Daniels, which slowly but surely, the more I see him, the more I'm getting into him.
Been telling you that, man. Been telling you.
Yeah,
that.
no, you definitely were on it. You definitely. I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
no, hit him with the violin there.
Ah, man.
Come on, bro.
I don't got it in here, but I don't got him in here, man. I don't got that one in this one. I got to put it in here, man. But I got this one though.
Tell him to bring me my money.
Okay. Hey, listen up. So listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us today. Obviously, you already know we went through the intros. We're going to be talking about Super Bowl on 59. So just stay tuned with us. We're going to go from offense, and we're going to talk about the offense of both teams. Then we're going to talk about the halftime show. You already know. We got to talk about the halftime show. The halftime show, Nolo? The halftime show. You already know.
Yo, boy.
Hey, Nolo.
What you got?
They're saying that it's water in the cup.
What? See?
Comments.
That's it. That's all there is. Trust me. You guys you're not far from the reality. Jimmy.
Listen.
Jimmy, yeah.
Listen. Hey.
You're right, Jimmy. You're absolutely right.
My boy Jimmy. Hey, shout out to him, man.
Trip to the water.
Thank you for being with us tonight. We're gonna be talking about listen, I respect him to the fullest, but whenever we talk about football, I don't like this guy, okay? He's one of the ain'ts. He's one of the ain'ts. Instead of the Saints, he's one of the ain'ts. So, but it's match love, you know what I'm saying?
It's the other side.
It's always mad love between it's love and hate relationship. It's all good, you know. But shout out, thank you for being with us tonight. Greatly appreciate it. So any like or share, we also greatly appreciate it. So we're gonna be moving forward. So we're gonna be talking about the offense halftime show and also the defense of each side during the Super Bowl. Touching that only. That's more than enough for an hour to just sit down with us and just relax. All right. So if you're not sipping into something, I guarantee by the end of this, you probably will, because we're going to raise your volume right quick. Okay. So with that being said, before we jump in, obviously we cannot do this without our sponsors, right? Which one you want? Let me shoot him with the QB first, and then we take it to the paradise after that. Okay. So let's go ahead.
Quality Ventilation, the industry-leading service that keeps your business moving. These certified professionals can install any system that caters your specific needs. Their commitment to superior service to ventilation, maintenance, HVAC, and electrical is second to none. With more than a decade of service around the U.S. and trusted by major companies, Quality Ventilation staff have the experience to deal with all the models of equipment and stay up to date with the latest in technology. If you wish to contact them, please do so by email or visit their website at qualityventilation.net. And remember, se habla español.
And remember, se habla
español.
And remember that we got a little diversity. We're Spanglish, English in between.
Just try to be fluid. Try to be fluid in there.
Yeah.
So if you can't speak,
have a little bit of everything.
We got you. We got
We got you on the other side. Yeah.
I even speak a little Latin. So
no, here we go. A little bit. Just don't get shaky on me. Don't get shaky. Don't get shaky on me.
Whoa,
Stay right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Before we jump into Super Bowl, let's talk about what happened before this. The MVP of the NFL regular season, which it was Josh Allen. All right. So these two gentlemen were rooting for Josh Allen. I was rooting for Lamar. So we already know
this.
So what you're trying to tell me is that Josh Allen is 2-0 against Lamar this season? Oh my God!
I'm gonna leave the floor. I'm gonna leave. You know what? I'm gonna give you guys time to go.
Bravo!
Get your victory lap in. Go ahead, guys. Get your victory lap in. Go ahead. Get it in.
I'll go first. I'll go.
You want to go first, Miguel? You sure?
I'll go first.
You sure you
Only because because I just want to give some stats here because this is my boy. This is hometown. We're talking about like 15 minutes away from the stadium. I still have family members in Buffalo. I still have my other brothers. So feeling the pain for this team. Listen, with 3,731 yards, with him only being 28 years old, 7 seasons already, on the first round, 7th pick, the guy has did so much talent to get where he's at and carried all this team. It's just, if he didn't win it, nobody saw the diversity that he had, and not a super team. Then he, a couple trades here and there. So at the end of it, he didn't have nobody. In all honesty, and they gave him the ball, and he did every time he got in the red zone. That's another point out that I want to put out. The guy is scoring. He's just a scorer on his feet. He's 250 something pounds, 6'6".
He's a big boy now. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
He's like somewhat like Ben Roethlisberger. To get him down, you had to big Ben. You had to hit him.
Yeah, and then put some Mike Vick feet on him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Jumping over some people, doing something.
First of all, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you ever bring Michael Vick and Josh Allen with, especially.
Just putting the feet, just cutting his knees off.
I would say it's more Cam Newton. Like Josh Allen is more based on a Cam Newton. But still,
I'm still fighting. I'll
take it.
I'm still fighting that one.
Hey, you can still fight it because Cam in his prime was still faster.
Yeah, and big. He was almost the same.
No way he was in the. Ain't no way Josh Allen running like Cam Newton. Let me tell you that for right now.
No.
Comparison. Like body wise, I can get you. Built wise, I got you.
I ain't saying like that. I'm saying like more build wise and how elusive he is.
Build wise.
Okay. I got
you. He does move a little bit more. Not speed wise. Okay, but like elusively and how he moves his body.
Come on, guys.
He does move his body a little bit more like Cam Newton. But I have to say, but I have to say it. I've been saying it since the season, since half of the season. I've been saying it. Josh Allen deserves the MVP. I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson was a victim of voter fatigue. Dude, it's like the NBA with Nikola Jokic. Sure, he could be the MVP every year, but eventually it's gonna have to stop. And I'm sorry, but Lamar, those are empty numbers. And to be honest, you don't really even care about the MVP. Josh Allen has his first one now. So, I understand the argument for Lamar Jackson, but man, my boy Josh deserves something.
You say
he did more. Josh Allen did a little more, and like I said, every time he would get to the red zone, it's almost 80% of him scoring himself. Like even if he's not even shooting it, but he had to win it. He had to win it. Like
also, he didn't have a play
doubt
action
in my mind that I told you guys. This is in the messages. This is in messages, text messages. Like, oh, you.
Also, he didn't have a play action with Derrick Henry, which again That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I play action with Derrick Henry.
Listen.
Who else would? Yeah, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Did he score every time he was in a? Did he get what 80% of his in the red zone?
QBR one.
He did not.
QBR one. He's got a better QBR than him.
How many interceptions?
Let me tell you.
Less interceptions.
Less too as well.
Less.
No.
Okay, let's be honest. The only reason Lamar didn't win the MVP was because of border fatigue. That's all I have to say. The numbers are comparable, but two things got them for Josh Allen. One was, again, border fatigue, and second, that Josh Allen beat Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. I know it's supposed to be a regular season.
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
But recency bias does play a factor, and does make it something. Because the last thing that you're seeing between these two quarterbacks was one reigning against the other.
Okay. All right. So you guys are done. All right. So
we're done.
You guys are done.
So, there's more to go about Josh, but Jesus.
QBR, Lamar Jackson, number 1, 77. 4,100 yards in the air. Just want to let you know. More than Josh Allen.
300 more than 300.
41 TDs. Only 4 interceptions. Better numbers.
Those
the numbers.
Okay, those numbers are ridiculous.
I just want to give you the numbers. You went with numbers. I got the numbers.
41 TDs.
I gave you wanted numbers.
TDs.
I gave you numbers. So we're gonna stop right there. Give you numbers, right? Too easy. No problem with that. And I get where you're coming from, because I was in between those two. They were second.
I think they even had the same record. I think they even had the same record.
Yeah. I think it was 14-2.
No.
I don't remember right now on top of my mind. I'm looking at here. I want to take some time. So, but if you're gonna look for it while I'm speaking right here, we greatly appreciate it. Sure. While I'm doing this, while Hush is doing that, better numbers. However, I still think that Lamar didn't want that. Just because if you would have asked Lamar, you want to win a third MVP, or you want to win a Super Bowl? You want to tell you Super Bowl, because I already got 2 of those. I already proved myself in this league. However, I am agreeing with both of you, with Josh Allen. However, it didn't came to regular season numbers. It came to the playoffs. Point blank. That playoff game was the deciding factor of who was going to win the MVP. And Josh Allen came through.
That's how sometimes it works.
And it works.
That's how to tell you. By numbers, right? LeBron passes MJ.
Okay, by the record, there were one win off. The Ravens was 12-5, while the Bills were 13-4.
So one game. So
it's only one game. It's really not that big of a deal.
I still think that it came out to the playoff game.
Probably that one game.
And for me was they were like the people that was voting for this were like, well, let me see what he can put up during the playoffs, and they met each other. That was perfect. So either way, you ask Lamar, he would have told you like, hey, listen, man, I got 2 of them. It's good for him. He had a big season too. So hey, and the biggest thing would have
told you, I'd rather go to a Super Bowl than have an MVP.
Yeah, good job, guy. But Josh Allen, biggest thing that he did this year was reduce the amount of turnovers, and by reducing those amount of turnovers, obviously gave him more opportunity for TDs and run. Basically, he was the key factor on that team making it to where they made it. So I expect big things from both teams next year. Both teams are going to be back on it. So hopefully both of them can stop Mahomes and then do their thing once again. But
I have a hot take.
What you got on hot takes?
Josh Allen is not gonna finish his contract in the Bills.
You think? Don't tell me another Luka.
On the next season, the Bills are gonna have a losing season, and he's gonna ask for a trade.
You think? Oh my God, you are starting some war right now. I don't think it's gonna go all the way to that. I think he's gonna stay up. I think he's gonna stay a bit all his career.
The signs and the cracks are already starting to form.
You think?
I'm telling you, if the Bills organization doesn't do something to help him get over the hump, he will ask for a trade by next season.
Oh yeah, but
I don't even think Hush.
Mark my words.
I don't even think if he's going to.
February 12th, 2025.
We'll mark it, but I don't even think it's an asking thing. It'd probably be like, hey, remember, there's people behind all these sports. So let me tell you. Like even that look and everything. Maybe that's not something that nobody asked for this.
Yeah,
it's because remember they are owned by an organization that makes the cause, and then there's somebody behind that organization that actually is like, okay, funding how it really goes at the end.
I don't think the NFL will complain.
It could be a marketing thing.
I don't think the NFL will complain if Josh Allen goes from Buffalo to somewhere like Las Vegas, Los Angeles, or on another big market that isn't.
He's still young. He's still young, but in the NFL, not too young. So remember, he's 28 years old. But
are you got
like 5 more years?
Are you drinking something?
No, I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking something. I'm
something.
I'm not drinking something
crazy right now.
No, I'm not drinking
water. Straight up.
He's not going to go to the Rams. Stafford is there. He's not going to go to what's it called? The Chargers. Herbert is there, still young. Stafford still good 2-3 seasons from him. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay right there in Buffalo.
They said the same thing. They said the same thing about Matthew Stafford in Detroit, and look what happened.
But
I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't.
That's dramatic.
It would not be out of. It would not be out of anybody's realm if they trade. If Buffalo goes like, okay, I'll give you Josh Allen, you give me Justin Herbert and a couple of draft picks, and they will not be willing to trade him.
You're killing me.
See,
right
you
got
to see.
You. Okay, you have to understand.
I don't think that team needs them though.
This is the fifth time in a row in which he has gotten over the second round and has not made the Super Bowl.
That's coaching. That's coaching.
No, it's not just coaching. It's not just coaching.
Yeah, no, there's just a lot of things. Not just coaching.
It's not just coaching. Look, if you look at the teams,
first, a lot of things in coaching.
No, but if you look at the teams, every season, every year, he has less and less and less weapons. The last weapon he lost was Stephon Diggs,
and they look great without
and
him.
why? Because he wasn't as focused much as Stephon Diggs.
This is the first year that he's the main guy on that team. This is the first year on.
Sure, but again, he's also losing weapons. That defense is not the same that it was 5 or 4 years ago.
You're killing me right here, man. But I'm gonna cut this off because you're killing me. So
that's a whole nother.
If you guys are watching us, you guys that are watching, thank you for watching so far. Let us know who your MVP was, either Lamar or Josh Allen, and tell us why. Or if there was somebody else that we didn't even thought about, just bring it to
we know who it is,
and then we go after. Yeah, of course, Lamar.
We know who it is. Let's see if you have somebody that you thought would have got.
Saquon. I want a running back as an MVP. Please give it to me.
I want the messages. I want the messages up on the channel about who was going to win that MVP. That's what I want. I want the messages from our phone up on the chat.
That ain't happening. Okay.
That
ain't happening. So,
W's for the chat on Josh Allen.
All day, every day. So, all right. So with this, we're going to jump into the actual Super Bowl. So let's go.
We call football.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for those that wasn't underneath a rock and didn't know, this past Sunday, the Super Bowl took place out there in my boy Jimmy Nelson's backyard in Louisiana out there. And obviously, it was great. It was outstanding. So, ladies and gentlemen, just want to we're going to break it down as far as Nolo goes, right? So Nolo boy is cursed right now. Okay, the boy is cursed. I called it a Nolo boy curse. So this is what's going on. So first round, the wild card, Nolo boy clean. Every picked, pass, made it, good to go.
Did you get them all?
And the wild card got him all, hit him all in the top.
Did you?
After the wild card, didn't win one. Donut.
It got dark.
Quick got dark. So I went out there. Obviously, I didn't want the Chief. I don't want no three-peat. The last three-peat was in 1965 by the Packers. My boy, or the one that won it is actually the name of the trophy. All right,
Lombardi.
So Lombardi. Yep. So he was the last three-peat in 1965. So I didn't want them to join that, especially with all the questions marked during the season that they had with the referees and calls going them way, and nothing to do with Taylor Swift, nothing like that. I don't mind that. Please just don't go do that route. By the way, I think that whenever they boo them, I don't know why they were booing her, right? Because she doesn't. I don't know what they got.
What do you mean you don't know why they booing her?
Bro,
like, come on,
bro,
like,
it's Philly.
You hear everything else. You hear everything. Come on, you don't live under a rock, neither, do you?
I don't know why they booed Taylor Swift. I don't know why. God. So, but so it was interesting. It was an interesting part whenever that happened. Everybody was like, Aqua Mormon kind of deal. Anyway, so Miguel, talk to me, man. What you saw about the offense of Philadelphia that let you like, whoa, like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like I can tell you,
I can tell you instantly once they came out. Right, think about it. They're on the big stage. They made it. They're in the Super Bowl. First of all, right? They haven't been there for a minute, so being there, right? They're on the big stage. So I saw hunger. I saw that they wanted to win. They came out right. Obviously, 2 interceptions. The rushing. It was like what 6 sacks on Mahomes. Like, that's just on defense, right? On offense. Bro, can we just be more open? Can we Taquan showing up? Like, at the big moments when you got to show up, you have to, you got to be there, right? And you got to make plays. They made the big plays. A lot of, there's a lot of things that you can critique, but then again, it's whoever's the more hungriest, right? And for all those people, right? For all those people out there, Kansas City, the 3, and they have to win the 3, and the conspiracies. Obviously, it could sometimes the conspiracies work, sometimes they just don't work. I don't know how that goes back and forth, but again, here you go. There's no conspiracy. They lost. So, but it does come to say, hey, the refs did their job correctly. Some of them saw, some other things.
I think whenever you before I jump to
Eagles fly.
Before I go and jump to Hush right quick, I just want to let you know about the ref. There were, at one point, there were 50-50 on calls. At one point, right?
Yeah, so
it couldn't gone like both either way, right? Either way, it could have gone. But there was one crucial one that wasn't a fumble forced by Williams, I think it was. Yeah, Milton Williams, forced by him and recovered by him by the way, that they hit Mahomes in the face and they didn't catch that one. That one is whenever it started like unbalancing itself. But any Chiefs fan that points at the referee, I don't think the ref had to do with how bad Patrick Mahomes played overall.
Yeah, no.
So and it's not even that. I'm going to give more credit, but we're going to talk about the defense later on. But whenever we talk about the Eagles defense, I'm going to give more credit to them. But I think overall, the offense didn't expect what the Eagles came and did to them. So, Hush, talk to me, man. What's going on?
You remember when you were little and you were acting naughty and mom told you, just wait till you get home?
Yeah.
Right.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah. Well,
all the time.
Guess what happens to a Chiefs? They got home. They got an ass whooping.
They got that ass. They got the ass whooping.
They got that whooping that I've been waiting for them the whole season. Bro,
Yeah.
okay. That offense, okay, the offense really the chancla. That offense literally was absolutely militant. They literally did what they had to do. No risk, no fumbling, no nothing. They literally just went there and did their job. Slowly but surely, eating away at a poor Chiefs defense that had no business being in the Super Bowl and had absolutely they destroyed the Chiefs. It started with the Phillies defense, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But Jalen Hurts and those boys, they did what they had to do. They didn't fumble the chances. They made it easier for the rest of the team to keep the
scored
pace.
on every quarter. Scored on every single quarter. Didn't know 7, 17, 10, and 6. Didn't miss one quarter without scoring. That's a big achievement right there too. Just to add on.
No. Okay, no. I respect you, Sue. Which by the way,
Zoo was not watching the game that he was watching.
No. The Chiefs did not play great. Not at all. They didn't even play good.
That was not the regular Mahomes that you usually see.
That was you know what that Mahomes reminded me of?
Who?
The last side that the real goal whooped on him.
Oh, whenever he got him.
No. You remember the last Super Bowl when he went he went 1-on-1 with the real GOAT?
Yes.
What happened? He got whooped. That's what happens.
Hey man, believe me, man. Let me come down on this one because I gotta come down. Because whenever it was halftime and it was up and it was up really big, and by 24 points they were up 24-0, and I was like. I was like, this reminds me of whenever the Atlanta Falcons went against the GOAT, right? So this could happen, right? This could happen. So he made 25 points comeback. But this is the problem. We was not going against the number one defense. Actually, we was going against the number one defense too in the Patriots. So it was number one offense, which it was ours, the Atlanta Falcons, and the number one defense was the Patriots. So I was like, yo, this is set to be almost the same thing. Only if Mahomes can make it happen. If he makes this happen, the conversation of the baby GOAT converting to a GOAT could be. And I said it out. This could make, if he comes back out of this, this is gonna be crazy. However, everybody know what happened.
Okay,
here's 4,000. Pat, that's a lot too. So he put up 4,000. I think he put up 3,000 on the regular season. So we gotta give credit where the credit's due as well. So
no. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, and I'm sorry for your dirty birds. But you're dirty bird. You
can't be talking about my dirty birds now, man. Come on.
Yeah, your dirty birds.
It's about the Eagles. It's about the bird.
No. Okay. Hey. Your dirty birds. They're dirty because they love to choke. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, they choke. They choking.
Wink. But I wasn't worried about the Eagles. I wasn't worried about the Eagles because again the offense was doing what they had to do. If it was just they were depending on the defense, I would have been a little bit worried because that is something that is not sustainable. Again, you cannot, for as great as a defense could be, if you're dealing with great players like Patrick Mahomes, like Tom Brady, like
elite
players, like elite quarterbacks, there is something that is bound to happen, and there's something that is going to be bound. Let me just say, if the offense did not do their job, that score of 22-40, it would have ended up a whole lot worse for the Eagles. The Chiefs could have actually pulled that win.
Yeah, but without the interceptions, 6 fucking rushes.
But unfortunately, the offense did their job. So it made it easier for the defense because they just have to focus on literally just stopping Mahomes. And that's exactly what happened. Jalen Hurts, I have to give it to him. His composure the whole game, he was stone-faced. He was a leader. He was the guy that he needed to be at least a couple of Super Bowls ago. But it didn't happen a couple of Super Bowls ago. It happened this Sunday. He did a job. Congrats to the Eagles.
Yep. So going back to Sue, what she's saying is he's talking about that whenever they faced because this is the second time they faced each other in 3 years. So the first year, I think it was 38-35. They won by a field goal. It was kind of a controversial call in there too as well. But this year there was no controversial call. It was an ass whooping, literally. So as soon as they got there, you could see that the Eagles were extremely concentrated, focused, and they were going after everything. They were going for that ass whooping straight up. They were not talking nothing. They were just. And the crazy thing, this is the crazy thing. The crazy thing is that I want to give a couple of shout outs out there, right? So, and I think I talked to you earlier, Hush, about the shout out to the GM of the Eagles, right?
No, but before that, we have to shout out Carson Wentz.
Who?
Carson Wentz. Listen, break it down. Break it down, Hush. Break it down right quick for them. They don't know. They don't know what we're talking about. Bring him in.
So what happened was Carson Wentz in 2017 was actually the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was actually putting up MVP type numbers that season. It started the playoffs. He got injured. The backup, Nick Foles, led the Philadelphia Eagles to a Super Bowl win. That was the last time that the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, Carson Wentz did come back. He was playing almost as good as he normally played, but he got traded. He got traded to the Indianapolis Colts. The deal was originally, and let me see here. It was Carson Wentz, and for 2021 third round pick and a conditional 2022 second rounder, which could have become a first round pick with the carry out that Carson Wentz played 75% of the Colts snaps in 2021, which he did. So he became a number one. However, that a couple of months afterwards, that first round pick got traded along with a third rounder from Indianapolis to the Dallas Cowboys to move up to spots where they drafted Devontae Smith. After that, it was
so Devontae Smith he was in Alabama. So
yes,
he
was a Heisman from Alabama. He was a Heisman winner from Alabama.
Winner, actually the fifth Heisman winner the fifth player to win the Heisman and the Super Bowl with Smith. Everybody knows that Bama brings out the best receivers out there, Julio Jones and others, right?
So, good program over there in that university. Great
program. Roll Tide. So on top of that,
Nick Saban. All right.
Yeah, Nick Saban. Somebody crazy. But either way, so it was him in this trade. And another thing was AJ Brown
that's where I was going. Also that was in 2021. They so they used the third rounder that they got from Carson Wentz to move up to get the Devontae Smith. So in 2022, they used the first rounder from the Colts that they acquired in the Wentz deal, along with another sixth rounder from Indianapolis from another trade with Matt Pryor to bulk up the future draft capitals. So they got the number 16 first from the Colts. They got their own number 19 back along with the sixth, and they used the number 18 pick and the number 101 pick from the Saints to deal to the Tennessee Titans to acquire AJ Brown, and the remaining 2 picks, they used it to draft 2 defensive players. You had those names, if I'm not mistaken, which was
it was
Jalen Carter and
Cooper
DeJean.
Yep. So Cooper DeJean was the other one. By the way, if you didn't know about Cooper, don't worry about it. We won't bring you in whenever we talk about defense here in a second. Okay. So stand fast right here. So out here, we got Zoo in here saying they actually came back from being behind last year. And I saw no hunger to win. Yeah, that was not last year, the year before. And they only lost by a field goal. And the one that came back actually, I believe it was Kansas that came back and scored a touchdown at the end to win by 3. Zoo again out here told Josh if the Eagles play the Super Bowl like the Chiefs were going to struggle, and they brought it todo la sabía. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
next year. We'll get it this year. I mean,
listen, everything came out good because they had a good game plan. All right, they have faced Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl in the last 3 years. So
everybody got to face him. Who's ever on that side.
Whatever you say about Nick Foles, when that happened in 2018, and by the way, Nick Foles didn't win against anybody. They win against the GOAT and Bill Belichick. So whenever he came in and stepped in for Carson Wentz, Nick Foles did a tremendous job. Actually got the MVP for that Super Bowl too. So outstanding for them. So moving forward with that.
Now, I think he actually got a statue.
Yeah, they're gonna, bro. Nick Foles is loved in Philly, bro. It's loved in Philly.
Legit, always. Everybody has a statue over
there. That is something out of this world. So AJ Brown scored. It was part of that trade. Smith scored, part in that trade. Cooper DeJean. We're gonna be talking about him here in a minute. Milton
trade.
Williams,
Jalen Carter.
It's all there's always trading.
So it's crazy how you hit on this picks. Okay, so stay tuned. This was a great offense of showcase for the Philadelphia Eagles. However, let's go. We talked about the Eagles already, right? What do you think about the offense as far as in Patrick Mahomes, baby GOAT, and Kelsey and them? Hush, let me know.
They got proven what I've always said. I've been saying for a whole season they are frauds. I've been saying for a whole season when they faced an actual elite defense, they will struggle. Up in the playoffs, they got lucky because they didn't face an elite defense. They didn't. Because let's be honest, the Bills did not have an elite defense.
They had an easy their first matchup was against the Bills because the Texans, it was pretty easy for them. It wasn't they had a puncher's chance, to be honest, but it wasn't all that.
So like I said, as soon as they faced elite defense, which it was the Eagles, they crumbled. Patrick Mahomes looked like a joke, and it wasn't his fault. Again, Travis Kelce dropping passes because his mind is not on it. Oh, he's a Swiftie now, so his brain is slowly swifting into a civilian. He's no longer a player, dude. If you're gonna go out there and play with a heart, I'm sorry, I love Travis Kelce, but you need to retire, sir. Because if you're thinking about podcasting, you're thinking about going on tour with your little girlfriend, if you're thinking about everything else,
podcasting, you see all the commercials he's been in.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. But if you're thinking of that and you're not thinking about repeating in a Super Bowl or making history, because let's be honest, in the Chiefs, the only one that actually looked like he actually wanted to win was Patrick Mahomes. Apart from that, Hollywood Brown played like a joke. Juju Smith Jr., Juju Smith-Schuster, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. He's probably thinking about TikToking because he wasn't playing football. And that defense was, again, an absolute joke. And did anybody from the Sheets actually came to play?
Nah. And you forgot about Hopkins dropping a pass that he was completely open. Like in a 4th and 5, like completely open pass. So Miguel, talking about the Chiefs. What you saw on the Chiefs offense that got you, man? What surprised you on this Super Bowl on them?
On their offense?
Yeah, on the offensive side.
21 completions from Mahomes. That's his average. He goes a little higher than that. Sometimes he gets 28, 29. He got that. What I'm looking at is the sacks. He got 6 sacks. He normally doesn't get touched. He's like the Tom Brady of the, so that front line there, they're collapsing and they're getting to the quarterback way too many times. So once you get to him and you hit him a couple times, he gets uncomfortable because now he's kind of like screaming at his front line, so you get kind of uncomfortable in the pocket now. And you see that they're so hungry. So they're coming and attacking you like lions. So getting to him that's first frustration, right? Creates a frustration, gets you uncomfortable in the pocket. And to him to only complete 392, that it was an okay game for him. I didn't think that he brought his best, like he said. Kelsey dropping balls. It was just not. It didn't feel like that Super Bowl team of last year and the last 2 previous years. And there was no saving them. There was no saving them from the refs. It's just, you can just see this live in TV. It's like the refs can even, if they wanted to, which is a great thing because they won it, right? The Eagles won it from them. It's not like, okay, yeah, I got close. No, it was a blowout. So they brought what they can. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you're not. You get comfortable in these situations, right? There's a hungrier team, and once you do that, once that pocket collapses way too much, it gets tight. It's like the pressure comes on. You know what I'm saying? So they came with what they had, bro. They did too much mistakes. It was not their elite best. It was not their best game. Like he says, there's a lot of YouTube and a lot of stuff. A lot of these people are involved in a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So you wake up the next day and your head is not in it. Sometimes you're not going to have it every day. You know what I'm saying? So it was just not their day, and they got blown out, and it showed in the Super Bowl. It was not even a close game by 20. It's not even close.
So the offense of line coach, Mr. Andy Heck, you got the heck blown out of you, bro. Because
the back blown out. You got the booger slapped out of you.
Because you couldn't adjust your offensive line to contain the defensive line of the Eagles.
No.
Got it. We're not telling you to stop it. Ain't nobody have succeeded. Number 1 defense the whole entire year.
Tough.
But heck, what the heck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So you had it wasn't a game of what it's called, 2 tails. Like one half it was of 2 halves. I'm sorry, it wasn't a tale of 2 halves. So it was the same trend that happened in the first half. It kept happening and going on the second half.
Hey, Lo, if you can check your WhatsApp real quick, that's a picture there of what the Chiefs receiver looked like in the Super Bowl.
No hands. No hands.
I'll bring it up right now. So listen, guys, they were not able to contain the rush that the Eagles put in. And this ain't not even rush because the Eagles didn't even blitz. That's what killed me. They have 4 people on the front. You have more. They put 2 people more. They had 6 linemen, 6 offensive line to try to stop the Eagles from getting in. And what happened was, number 1, communication. They wasn't not communicating. So they were passing one man to the other one. So the offensive line, they were not communicating. I thought, second half they will make some adjustment. Maybe Mahomes will have more time to throw the ball and everything. None. Same thing. Mahomes was coming out of the pocket, and guess what? Who was there? Swept to try to get him. So it it was complete dominance from the defense of line from the Eagles. I was really surprised when Andy Heck, because he just couldn't adjust. And you're in a Super Bowl. And then Mahomes couldn't audible neither. He couldn't readjust and check what the blitz is coming.
There was too much pressure. Like
why?
Even when you
only four linemen. That's what killed me.
Six sacks.
Even when they try, because it wasn't just the sacks. Because even when they were not sacking him, they were just putting too much pressure on him. He had to throw the ball in most cases. That's why, like, I've never seen Mahomes this rattled in a while. You
haven't seen this.
Let me give you some stats.
The last time that I saw him rattle like this was against a Super Bowl against Tampa Bay around like 5 years ago, which is like
it's a long
super
time.
Comfortable. A stat just to show so 6 sacks, just so you can put this in, like Buffalo 2 sacks, Houston 3 sacks, Pittsburgh no sacks, Houston again no sacks, 6 sacks, uncomfortable. Uncomfortable, bro.
Every time
it's just like you're uncomfortable. You think they're gonna get me and they're gonna hit me.
Brady was talking about they need to get the ball. They need to get the ball fast and quick out of his hands. Didn't work. The lineman was unlocked. The lineman was unlocked. If they dump it to the side, somebody was already there.
He doesn't want to intercept in it because then it's too risky.
It was too much. It was too much. The offensive line messed
up. He couldn't scramble. Because as soon as he left the pocket, he had literally 2 defenders in his face. So he was like, "Help me, please!"
You feel uncomfortable. You gotta feel uncomfortable when you're like, they're gonna hit me
again? And the few passes that he could actually throw, the receivers were dropping them. He said, "I felt frustrated for him because you could see like he was just." Like in absolute defeat, he was defeated. He was like, "Dude, what can I do?"
Losing confidence.
He was like
losing.
It was like, "Oh, bro, I haven't seen a man that defeated since I saw Caleb Williams play for the Bears."
He got deflated real quick with the defense.
Yeah, it just took a lot of him. So if you haven't seen a picture of how the wide receivers for the
Chiefs were playing,
they showed up like this. Let me see if I can move myself out of here. Let me move myself right quick. So they look like this all day. That's how they show. That's how they showed up to the game. And Mahomes was trying to go.
They were gonna play. Hey, pass it, Patrick.
I'm open. I'm open. No help whatsoever. No
hands.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with this being said, we're gonna jump into now what everybody wanted to see besides the game. What is the other thing that's important? The actual halftime show. All right, so we got a little something like halftime show. So you already know. Let me leave you guys with our second sponsor, Escape to Paradise. Let's go.
Escape to Paradise, Puerto Rico. Tu aventura comienza aquí, donde te ofrecemos 2 charters, uno de mediodía y otro de día completo. Salimos desde Fajardo y visitamos las islas de Icacos, Palomino, Vieques y Culebra. Nuestro barco es Tama de 27 pies, cuenta con baño, radio y agua, cómoda para pasar un día completo en el mar. Hasta 6 personas por tour y cada uno incluye bebidas y snacks. La diferencia del tour de día completo es que ofrece una comida. Esto incluye todo el equipo de snorkeling y un guía. El horario del tour de mediodía es 8:30 am hasta 12:30 pm. El otro sale 1:30 pm y culmina a las 5:30 pm. Y solo visitamos la isla de Icacos y Palomino. Los precios de los tour charter de día completo pueden variar dependiendo del destino. Para ver disponibilidad, verifique en nuestra página de internet escapetoparadisepre.com. Haga clic en reservar ahora y busque por fecha. Solo trabajamos con reservaciones. Para mayor información, contáctenos al 787-516-1025 o envíen un correo electrónico a escapetoparadisepre.com. Escape to Paradise, Puerto Rico, orgulloso, patrocinador de We Call Sport Podcast.
All right. Escape to Paradise. Escape to Paradise, you already know. Please, if you go into a vacation out there in Puerto Rico, just hit them up. Outstanding shelters.
If you guys don't know the number, it's 787-516-1025. Again, 787-516-1025. Escape to Paradise, baby.
Escape to Paradise. Thank you for. He's one of us.
If you want to have a fun time in Puerto Rico.
Hey,
only if you want to have a fun time in Puerto Rico.
One of us.
I have to give a shout out to my brother. So
yeah, he's one of somebody's brother around here. I don't know who it is.
Hey, somebody's brother. Somebody's.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows that the Super Bowl is all about the game, but it's also all about the halftime show. So Kendrick Lamar was the one that was running the show in halftime. So I want to take a quick takes of what everybody thought about it. So just sincere opinions of what you saw and how much it took for you to get it and here and there. So Miguel, I'll start with you.
Okay. So many Super Bowls, when.
Give me 1 second. Give me a rate too. Give me a rate out of 10. 10 being the best. What you give it?
10 being 10 being the best. There's so many that I've seen since I was a kid. You see these things, by there already so much of them that in my memory that I can't even go back and be like, wow, which one did I really like of them? But this one, 1 to 10, I'll give it, I don't know, 7.
Okay,
around 7 there, 7. Don't take my rating, right? Obviously, but it was interesting because after the fact that the Super Bowl is done, you get all the theories, you get all the people breaking them down, and then you see the videos, and then you come to your be like, holy moly, all this was said in this one short halftime show. I look at it as a show, what the people are doing at first, and we're like, okay, now that's pretty cool. Oh, this is cool. That's cool. It was cool. Everything was cool for me.
So at a 7 out of 10. So that's not bad.
7 out of 10. That's
not bad.
How would I give it?
What you rate the Kendrick Lamar? And tell me what you like, what you didn't like about it.
Okay, here's the thing. And I've noticed a lot of people are saying like it happened the same thing with The Weeknd a couple of years back. That people were saying, "Oh, it's boring. It didn't have any featuring to big artists or anything like that because it was supposed to be a show. It's supposed to be in my opinion, this wasn't there wasn't a show for someone that isn't a fan of Kendrick Lamar, which maybe I think it's the reason why a lot of people did not like it per se. For me, I'm a huge fan of Kendrick. I'm a little bit of a casual because I just started being like a fan of Kendrick. I follow him on and off throughout the years, but it wasn't until like he got into his beef with Drake that I started like really following him and like pay more attention to him. I think for me, it's an 8. The performance, the messaging, the pettiness. Because let's be honest, that the amount of pettiness. That's the amount of pettiness that I wish I could have in my life, in my daily life.
You got it all. He gives it an 8 and a lot of pettiness going on. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's pretty fair. Right. That's fair.
That smile when he says, Drake, I know you like the
everybody's gonna break this one down. Like, what do you think? No, what do you think? No, 1 to 10. What do you think? 1 to 10 in your rating?
I'm okay. So I went a little bit harsh, and I talked about this at work too as well. So I'm not a huge. I don't follow Kendrick Lamar like that.
That's
so
fair.
I can relate to everybody that's saying that it wasn't that good, right? I can relate to that.
So what's your number?
Me sitting right here, seeing it for the first time, and then right now, 5 out of 10. All right,
5. Wow. Now break it down.
Let me
break it down. Break it down.
Yeah, break it down. So the reason why I said 5 out of 10 is because for me, I wanted to see a show. I wanted to see a show. If I wanted to decimate a puzzle, I needed more. I need a heads up. Like, we're gonna do a puzzle. So break it down. So then
we can see it.
Then I actually can see what's going on.
So
but once again,
do it later.
Maybe he did, and maybe his CD, or like they were telling me, maybe that's what it's all about. So, okay, first look for me was a 5 because I wanted a show. I wanted
lights. Stuff. You wanted drum line.
Yeah, I wanted something. I wanted something out there. Like, we in Louisiana, I wanted like big party, right? So, got it on that. However, after the aftermath, whenever they broke it down, everything that what he was going to, the message that he was trying to bring to the light, right? The unity,
the Easter egg you have to do.
Yeah. So the unity that he wanted to bring, the awareness that he wanted to bring, plus he took a chance to, finish burying Drake at the same time. So you already the dude is dead.
That's it on his grave, if you will.
Would he ever be buried with all the money he has made and what he done? But I'm just saying they're just
okay. Here's the thing. Drake a year ago.
That's beef.
No. Here's the thing. Drake a year ago was a respected rapper that was considered the best rapper in the
moment. In that moment.
Yeah. Nowadays, his reputation has become so toxic that no one wants to touch him with a 7-foot pole.
Yeah,
that's what Kendrick did to him.
But if you give me $1 billion, you can do less from that than me be disappeared out of everybody's lives.
Yeah, but we talking about the show here. So the actual show, after seeing everything, the message, the open, the game over in the back, the warning,
Serena Williams crip walking.
Yeah,
Serena's subliminal messages, a whole bunch of messages.
Like all that.
That's where the pettiness of number 8 of Hush. Yeah. You give it a 5 that you didn't like. You don't care about it. I gave it a 7 because.
No, but listen, but I'm saying I gave it a 5. You got to listen to what I'm saying. I gave it a 5 when at first glance it's a 5 because I didn't know.
No, it's a 5 overall because we didn't ask
the message.
Okay,
the message. No, but I'm giving to
overall.
You. No, I'm giving to you what I saw at first glance, and then after I saw what the message was, because you got to look at it over again. At first glance, you would have not seen the message. Nobody almost saw the message at first glance.
But even with the message, I still think this is a 7.
With the message, it's a 7. It makes it a 7 because it made everybody more aware of what he was trying to go to. He was going for unity and putting a message out there. But at the same time, since I'm here and I'm in this stage, let me go ahead and just and pop a smile right quick and talk about Drake
and be the pettiness that Hush has. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then let me just go ahead and kill them right here. Plus, I got Serena out there doing the crip walk and all that. So the people in the stands, game over. Done deal.
I still want to know how the hell did he do that?
No, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Because it looked amazing.
Yeah, I think they had it already kind of preset. So when people whenever they sit down, you had to put your head light up. Yeah. So, but overall, it's a 7. After seeing it a couple times or whatever, seeing what the message was a 7. It was more than than what I originally thought. It had to take my people at work to like break it down to me, plus another video. Because once again, I don't follow Kendrick Lamar like that. But now he's a beast out there.
7, 8.
No,
so 7, 8 overall.
Now I want to ask you guys what from your minds, like just on top of your head, which do you guys consider the best Super Bowl presentation of all time, or the best one, or your favorite one for you?
I would still say Michael Jackson, bro.
Jackson.
You can't go wrong.
Eminem killed it one year.
I still say Michael Jackson, bro.
For me, it's MJ number 1. That's undisputed, and number 2 has to be The Weeknd. But again, I'm biased because I'm a big fan of The Weeknd.
Okay, that's yeah.
So that it's me. It's my favorite. It's my favorite, in my opinion.
I will go.
But MJ is undisputed number one. I'm sorry, but
Michael Jackson was something else. Prince was another one that was a good one too, as well.
Really good one, underrated one, because I did not even remember the Prince did a Super Bowl presentation. It was really recent in 2007.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty. It was pretty good too. It was really good. The Shakira one, Shakira made one too. Shakira was pretty good. I mean,
it was all right.
I mean, if you look at her more than the presentation, but we're going to talk about that later.
No, just said the hips don't lie. That's all he just said.
Here's the thing. Okay, I'm a bit of a hater when it comes to Latin music.
Oh, here we go. But it was in Miami, man. It was. You got to think about the Super
No.
Bowl.
She had the audacity to bring out J-Lo and Bad Bunny in the same stage. I'm sorry.
Oh, here we go.
I was full of rage. I turned full Sith. I wanted to literally burst.
This is a conversation for another topic.
Yes, I'm a hater. I admit it. I'm a self-admitted hater.
Yeah,
take it away, Nolo.
Yeah, well, with that being said, let us know what you think about the halftime show for the Super Bowl. Please put it in the comments. We will be reading it as we go. But right now, we're going to switch gears. And we talk about the offense already on the first half, and well, not the first half, but the entire game, the offense. So what about the defense? So let's go out there and talk about the defense and wrap it up for today.
We call football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hunt. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what they did. The Eagles went out there and hunted, got 6 sacks, and had Mahomes basically running like you see underneath Hush, running for the living, for his living, just running around. So, a couple pointers before I pass it. I just don't want to lose this pointer right quick. The GM has to Howie Roseman. You have to give this man credit. His drafting ability.
Salute to him.
Yep. His drafting, his trades for them to develop this type of defense. Not only the defense, taking Barkley straight up, signing him like whatever you need. Here you go, man. Here you go. Put it here, and we got you. You're gonna play with us. And then getting AJ Brown is just outstanding. But whenever I talk about draft, that draft is the most difficult thing. So did you know that the rookie Cooper DeShawn, all right, he was not even a first round pick.
Hush. He was a second round. He was a
second round pick. Pick number 40 in the second round. Okay. And this dude not only was a second round pick, this dude took not arguably, for me, he's the baby goat. He's the best quarterback of this era right now that is running, Patrick Mahomes, right? He took a pick 6 from him. So if we talk about, and top of all this, that was his first pick of the whole entire season. So the fact that he running back, outstanding. So on top of that, Cooper DeShawn, he came in, he wasn't a starter. He came in halfway in the season and took the nickel position out. And then he went crazy on that position. So he became a regular on that one. The other thing that I want to point out there, my boy Sweat. Oh my God. So there's one thing that the Eagles didn't do right. And I'm going to point it out right now. Sweat, Sweet or whatever. Sweat. It says Josh Sweat. I'm sorry. So he's actually, the Eagles signed him for 1 year, man, and $10 million. Now he's going to hit the free agency on March 12th.
Oh, he got a bag.
But check this out.
Yeah,
so he's heading. So he actually is going to be in the free agency. But the Eagles decided to give him 1 year deal. But they gave forgot his name. I think it's Huff. The other defense edge rusher. They gave him a 3-year, $52 million. All right, for him to come in and be the leading edge rusher. So guess what he did? He performed his worst numbers of the season. And the guy that got paid the least performed better. So that was the only error that the Eagles GM did. So right now, his value was a 3-year contract, $45 million. Now his value went to from 45 for 3 years. Now it's a 56 for 3 years, just because the performance that he had in the Super Bowl. And on top of that, don't go as far as going that crazy. He was almost the MVP of the Super Bowl because he delivered a promising game. Kind of compare to Von Miller whenever he won it with the Denver Broncos when Peyton Manning was the quarterback. That Peyton Manning couldn't throw a ball through for nothing, and and they, literally the defense carried that Denver team to win that Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. So shout out to Josh Sweat, 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and 3 quarterback hits. He was, and that's the guy that you see right underneath Hush, like chasing Mahomes. Believe me, whatever Mahomes went to the line, he was looking for number 19. What the hell he was at? Okay, where's 19? Okay, 19 is right there. Yeah. I got him. So he was hunting him the whole entire time. Listen, dude is a beast. I hope my Atlanta Falcons sees him and throw some money at him because we need an edge rusher real bad.
However, I mean, my Lions also need an edge rusher. Please.
You're one of those guys.
Hey, everybody needs that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude Sweat, Josh Sweat. Look, blink, let's go. And he took care of the defense.
Get that bag, sir. Get that bag.
Listen, the point, the matter that they didn't blitz, they only rushed 4. That is ridiculous. The other guy that actually played really, really good next to Sweat was Milton Williams. He actually had 2 sacks himself. So, killer. Number 93, you see him spaced out. Also, he was the one that caused the fumble and recovered that fumble from Mahomes out there. So, listen, tremendous team effort all the way around on defense. Those front 4 let the secondary take cover of everything. Whenever Mahomes ran to the side or whatever, he didn't have nobody open, so he had to go ahead and take a sack or just run the ball to the sidelines. So there was no adjustments. You couldn't adjust because the front offensive line of the Chiefs couldn't stop him. Andy Heck, once again, I'm going to say his name 1,000 times. They knew what the heck he was doing. So he couldn't find nobody in this one. No. So overall, the defense was the key factor for the Eagles to win this. The offense feed it from the defense to actually get it done. And I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't got mad if Sweat would have got the MVP. Miguel, what you think about the defense on the Eagles?
Listen, that rookie, by the way, he's ranked 3rd in sacks, 3rd in tackles. Just that, the 1st in pass rushing, winning rate. So who are we talking about, right? just that rookie only. We're not even talking about your boy, right? Just think about it. They probably played their best defense game, showing that they're number 1 defense of the year. We're going versus the number 1 defense of the year versus the number 1 offense. Because obviously, when you make it to the Super Bowl, you beat everybody. But if you make it to the Super Bowl on the other side, it means that you stopped everybody too, right? Mm-hmm. To be in the number 1 defense. So there's always somebody for somebody. Today it was defense versus offense. Guess who won this one? Defense. That's just how it went. How it worked is no stopping that team. They've been doing it all year long. You don't just get first place. Yeah, a lot of first place offense, a lot of first place. Yeah, won the Super Bowl. But you have to, there's the first place for the other people that's defending, right? There's 2 teams, just in case everybody's out there, right? And in NFL, there's an offense and there's a defense. These are 2 teams combining into one, trying to win it. So sometimes one of them got to show up if the other one didn't show up. They both show up, they win. But this time, obviously, they did everything right from both sides. Defense is number 1. They proved why they're number 1. And then the offense showed up on the last game of the season. This is why they won this Super Bowl. That kept them alive their whole entire time. The Eagles have great offense, but their defense is number one. They showed up. This is how it went. 6 sacks for that guy. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just the sacking him getting there that the guy celebrates himself. It's whoever made that second touch, whoever made that pressure. They actually have stats of who pressured the guy. Yeah. And then the other guy sacked him, but who pressured and who made those two defense collapse on one side and the other. So it's just not that middle guy. It's just not, it's a combination of all 4 of them. Okay, just so you guys can get a real understanding how they won this. And obviously, defense does win games. Proven fact right now.
Definitely. And they were, just to clarify, the Chiefs was the number 16 ranked offense in the regular season. That's what was crazy about all this, because I thought that
they would not even first this time. Yeah,
this is the first time that Mahomes had this type of defense behind him. So this is the best defense that he had since he started playing in the Chiefs. And during the regular season, I was like, so Mahomes doesn't have to score that much for them to win, you know.
Yeah.
But the game plan for the Chiefs was, well, I'm gonna stop Barkley, right? And I'm going to make Hurts throw the ball. And I'm going to convert it into one-dimension quarterback. And that didn't work at all.
Hurts can do it. Hurts can do it all, too.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Hush, talk to me, man. What you think about the defense of the Eagles?
I mean, that defense was, in my opinion, was too impressive. It wasn't just 1 or 2 players. Like Miguel said, it was the whole defense that was putting a ridiculous amount of pressure. That defensive coordinator was reading and read like a book.
That's another. Yep.
That defensive coordinator, for every plan of attack that Andy Reid had, he knew how to counter.
Yeah.
So that man was watching tape after tape after tape, and he was preparing his dudes for war, and he did what technically he had to do. Because remember, in the Super Bowl, it's easy. It's just only one team you have to beat. It is the best team, but that is the one team you have to beat. So that's why defenses tend to the saying always says like defense wins championship. Although I think that Dallas took that a little too literally. Yeah. But if you know what I mean. But in my opinion, that this was what this means. That defense set the tone. It literally made the Chiefs feel uncomfortable from minute 1. Mahomes was not able to get away with a lot of the stuff that he did. There was no scrambling. There was no just shuffle passes or anything like that. He couldn't get with that. He couldn't get away with the cutesy stuff. Yeah. So he felt really uncomfortable. He looked frustrated half of the game because again every time that he was trying to get the ball to one of his guys, the defense was not letting him throw correctly. And since he was rushing the passes, the guys were just dropping the passes left, right, and center. To be honest, man, he looked spooked, and that defense looked polished as heck.
Yeah.
Man, I just have to congratulate that Philadelphia Eagles, that defensive coordinator, man.
Great, outstanding job, man.
Good combination job. Yep.
I'm just saying, NFL better look it up. He's gonna be a Nets head coach. I'm just saying.
Talking about that, the offensive coach now is gonna be the Saints coach. So
they still did everything. They still got all the coordinators, man.
They took the offensive coordinator. Now he's gonna be the coach for the Saints. Now, actually, Sirianni said, like, hey man, just stay as running back, and he's like, man, I'm ready to do my thing, man. You don't get a chance to become a head coach all the time.
No,
and that's why coaches coach in the NFL, because you want to become a coach, the head coach of the team. So
there's some people that actually just like being coordinators.
But it's more after though. If you look at it, it's more after the fact they become coach.
Yeah, after they tried coaching, they were like,
you know what? This is not my thing. It's too much.
It's not my thing. I like coordinating.
Yeah,
it happens. I mean, but I like it that the fact that they're giving the NFL, it's not going back to same old coaches. They're trying to give new coordinators. They're trying to give new blood to handle the teams. And I'm telling you, the coordinators that came out from our Lions, they're gonna be awesome coaches. They learn from Matt Balls of Steel Campbell, so you know how it is. There isn't a fourth down that isn't looking pretty. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not forgetting. It's not forgiving. So before we cut it up for today, I want to go out there and just make a quick switch. Let me change the background before I forget, because I wanted to put this out.
We call football.
So I wanted to talk about Jalen Hurts before we close it out for tonight. So quick brief on this dude. Listen, throw everything out here. I don't got no numbers. I don't got no notes. Listen, this is what me watching football, man. All right. Jalen Hurts, Roll Tide. He was a Bama product. All right. Got to the championship in college. He got benched for Tua in the championship. And then as soon as the championship finished, they won the championship. Tua won the championship for them. They told this guy, yo, we're going to move forward with Tua, and you're going to be the backup. You know what he said? He bet on himself. He said, no, I'm not going to be no
transfer portal.
I'm transfer all the way to Oklahoma. Okay? In Oklahoma, what he did, he went out there, took him to the bowl. Guess what? He gets picked by the Eagles. Guess what? 3 years played, twice in the Super Bowl.
He actually his first year he got benched from Carson Wentz. For Carson Wentz. So it wasn't until it was 2021 season that he finally got the reins, and everybody was saying, okay, here you go, this is your team. And in 2022, that's right.
Listen, if you want to see if you want to read and look forward like a story of resiliency, Jalen Hurts is the perfect one to study. Dude never complained. He shut up. He put in the work.
He had injuries, and he had some injuries, and he just got up and kept on going.
He just dust them off and continue going forward.
Huge MVP. Huge. Not only won the Super Bowl, he beat Baby Goat in the Super Bowl. Not only that, he didn't just beat the Chiefs. He demolished the Chiefs. And it was not no Barkley involved. That Barkley took him there, but the one that finished the finish line or whatever, took it to the finish line, was him. All right. It is like I get goosebumps out of this one. Even the players, they were showing him, like going to him and saying, man, thank you. I appreciate you playing that good and take us over the hump to get this trophy. So shout out to him, to his resiliency, and the guy stays locked in. He's the same no matter what. All right. I saw pictures of 2 years ago whenever he lost the Super Bowl. He was the last Eagle to leave the field with all the confetti from the Chiefs coming on there, like the red and yellow coming down. And he told everybody, don't worry about it. We're going to be back. He came back and he took care of business. And coincidentally, it was against the same team that he lost 2 years ago. So shout out for him. It's a awesome story. Okay. So on top of that, I got to give it out to Barkley too. So Barkley, everybody knows he wasn't in the Giants. The Giants GM told him, well, go out there and see what they're gonna pay you. And then
in the Giants.
Yeah. And then you come back and we talk about price. So you're telling me that I'm your best player, and you telling me to go out there and look for my value? Oh no, guy, that ain't happening. So he went out there. Unfortunately, it was the Eagles, right? A division rival. So they got him, and not only that, he comes back and he actually almost broke the record for more rushing yards during the regular season. So listen, shout out to Barkley, shout out to his beautiful family too as well. It was out there celebrating that with them. Also, it's just there's so many stories in between all this. AJ Brown also traded from the Titans to the Eagles. Another big story from talking about bad franchises. So
I mean, okay, the Titans were not that bad of a franchise when he got traded.
Yeah.
Listen,
they were French Super Bowl.
They never had a good quarterback.
They lost a lot. They lost a lot of people.
Okay, they were French.
That's a new tryout. That's a tryout.
They were a French playoff team when they traded AJ Brown.
They didn't have no quarterback.
I used to. I mean,
with them, you used to like them a little bit.
I used to because
whenever the running back George was there, whenever the running back George was there, Derrick Henry.
When I was a Derrick Henry fan, I am a Derrick Henry fan. I used to follow the Tennessee Titans, and the Tennessee Titans for 3 years straight, they got to a second round of the playoffs. They actually even beat the Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, and afterwards they cleaned and dusted off their feet with the logo, in the Ravens logo. So you cannot tell me that the Titans were not a French playoff team.
They're trash. They've been trash for the past 5 years. They've been trash
at least 5.
No.
Tell me about the who?
For the last 3 years, I would say. But again, what do you expect when you have the Mayo man being their quarterback?
Listen, you overpay. Listen, don't make me talk about Titans. We're gonna be here 10 minutes, 30 minutes more.
I mean, Malik Willis didn't work. Will Levis freaking sucks.
No,
I mean, it's bad. It's
horrible. You change coach almost every year, every other year at least. It's just not.
That's the team
franchise.
to do trades and to learn off of them. To
Not
put
good.
a rookie there.
Not good at all.
To put a rookie there to see what he does.
We will see what happens
with no offensive line.
We will see what happens in the draft. Look, listen, they got it. The only thing I can say about the Titans, they had a good defense. They were at one point they were ranked number 1 defense.
They had a great running back.
So,
they had an amazing running back in Derrick Henry.
No, but you don't got a good quarterback. That's what happened to them. Everything was focused on everybody else.
Yeah.
And all the positions, and everybody know that their main guy has to be the quarterback. It's not a secret on the NFL. So
wide receivers. Yeah.
I want to show light to Barkley, AJ Brown, and my boy Jalen Hurts. They overcame obstacles, and now they can call themselves Super Bowl champions. So
also before you go, I do want to shout out to Dayton Daniels and the Washington Commanders.
You up now, huh? I got you.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vision. Okay, I'm sorry. Dayton Daniels is at his peak. He could have Lamar Jackson talent with Jalen Hurts composure. That is absolutely terrifying to think about. I'm just saying.
You will be surprised if this guy next year doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. Don't be surprised. But once again,
stop. Okay, I want my Giants to make it to Super Bowl. Please stop.
So let me tell you this: every rookie quarterback that plays real good, they struggle the second year. Look at C.J. Stroud in the Texans. Okay. So we will see his sophomore year, see how he acts or how he plays, and we will see. Because remember, your rookie year, nobody has that much of a tape on you. Nobody knows about your habits yet. But now they got tape.
Yeah, I mean, but there are some exceptions because I remember Joe Burrow playing better in second year, so
yeah,
he has to show out there.
Yeah, he has to go out there and perform. Most of the time, rookie year, great. Then sophomore year, down. You never know. So we will see what that.
We'll see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time.
We call football.
All right. I got you. Hey, you know what's the crazy thing with Hush? That he's talking about JD right now and the Commanders. And what really hurt is that team was the one that put them out. So that's what really hurts inside in here, somewhere in here. He's hurting.
Hey, so it's a mark of a man to know when he's been defeated. They play fair and square, no complaints. They didn't need a 12 man to get them to the second round of the playoffs. They didn't need a 12 man to get them to the Super Bowl.
So what are you talking
they did
about?
it like real men.
Okay, what are you talking about?
I just want to say Buffalo Bills next year.
Mahomes.
So what you expect from the Bills before we go, Miguel? What you expect from the Bills next year?
Oh, championship. Nothing but a championship. Yeah, not knocking on the door. Now we're there. Now we know. Now it's championship above. Yep.
Got it.
No doubt.
Hush, what you expect for your team next year?
A great draft. Us picking up a couple of good defensive free agents and coming out and destroying the NFL regular season again. And this time not losing in the second round of the playoffs, actually making a Super Bowl and actually getting the goddamn Super Bowl to Detroit.
He said,
Detroit,
he said, would you
Detroit
expect?
needs it.
He said, would you expect?
He
He didn't say what prayer you have for Detroit.
So you saying Super Bowl bust too as well?
I mean, we were 15-2. We were 15-2 this season.
Think about it. You just lost your defensive coach and your offensive coach.
Think about
that. I just want to put that out there.
No, I understand. But I think we're gonna regroup. We still have a lot of talent. We have throughout the years have learned how to draft better because a lot of our talent that we have, it's been drafted. It has not been traded for. So I feel like we can get a little more composure. We can get that defense a little bit better, so that way our offense, and our defense can be a little more balanced out. Because right now we're just a full glass cannon offensive team.
Remember, your boy got injured too. Your best defensive player, I forgot his name.
Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson got injured, but the defense cannot just be one guy. We need more people to pick up the pace. If we could get a little more, if we could get a decent edge runner, if we can get a couple of more pieces that just to buff off that defense a little bit more, I think that we can have a legit shot at making the Super Bowl.
All right. With me, the Atlanta Falcons, all I want for the Atlanta Falcons is to be a top 5 defense. If I get the top 5 defense, man, I'm telling you, we can go a little bit further than a lot of people more think.
You guys have the potential to.
We have never been up there not say never. Let's say for the decade. I'll put a decade in there.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are doing prayers. You guys are not doing what you guys want.
In a decade, my defense hasn't been a top 5 defense. And I'm with my defense being the top 5, I know we can score on anybody. And I can say this with straight out, no lie. We can score at anybody. The problem is we can't stop everybody. That's the problem. So once again, as you saw in the Super Bowl, defense wins Super Bowls, point blank. That's what it is. Until we don't address that side of the ball, we're gonna be hurting all the time. So
same here.
Miguel, to close it out, what you got?
Yo, appreciate everybody that actually came in, watched it live. If you're gonna watch this recorded, we do appreciate you here. A like, share, just subscribe is the only thing we ask for. It won't break nothing from your body. It just gains a little more content for us to be here and to do what we love. Please, next week on Monday you have a appointment with us with golfing. So see you over there on the other side.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hush.
Like Miguel said, thank you you guys for watching us. For those that came in, those that are watching us recorded, thank you for watching us. You guys who have to see us, to see me, my co-host Josh, my other co-host Janelle and DJ, we call wrestling this Saturday. And like I've always said, tomorrow is a hope, never a promise. People, think about the present, love your loved ones, love yourself, and always think, never leave for tomorrow what you could do today. And also prescribe your story. Never let anyone or anything tell you what can or can you do. If you're going to climb the hill, you're not gonna climb the hill. You're gonna climb the toughest and the tallest hill. People, please praise to God. We love football. We love wrestling. We love sports. Thank you.
Just to follow Hush out there, for me, it'll be in the same room of it. Measurement of excuses is zero. Guys, just do it. We never thought we were going to get into this point or this podcast. Guess what? We went out there and did it. Okay, and look where we are today. So we have something that is stable and is moving forward, and we got big dreams for it. This is not it for us. We're going to go forward. Once again, measurement of excuses is zero. Anything. I see moms, single moms, get masters. I seen men with three jobs get their bachelors or get their masters. No obstacle is required, right? Out there. So it's a matter of you wanting to do it. All right. Measurement or excuses is zero. Don't talk about it. Be about it. That's why I live about that with that. Okay. So thank you for being with us. As always, we here every Wednesday. For now, this will be the last one until like March or the draft, around the draft in there. And free agency hits. We're going to come back, give you a special program, what we call football. But from here until then, this is it for what we call football. Miguel was in there in our first program, and then Hush came in and swapped in, and he's been with us the whole time. So greatly appreciated for being with us in We Call Football. We see you on season 2, which is going to start out there in September. So, hey, stay tuned because we are coming with bigger and better things. We Call Sport Podcast. We don't talk about it. We be about it. Thank you.